Welcome back to the Ekiti Elect Live studio this morning. Well, let me take you through some statistics that we'll be looking at in this particular election. Ekiti State is in Western Nigeria, declared a state on 1st of October 1996, alongside 5 other states in the country by the military under the dictatorship of General Sani Abacha. Ekiti State is one of the 36 states in the Federal Capital Territory, Nigeria, which constitutes Nigeria as it's reputed to have produced the highest number of professors in the country, with a single town in Ekiti State, talking about Okemesi, reputed to have about 30 professors. Now, we have two major contenders in this particular election. I'm talking about the candidate of the PDP, who presently is the deputy governor of the state, talking about Professor Salako Lushola, will represent the People's Democratic Party. And we have Dr. Kayode Fayemi, that's the former Minister of Mines and Steel Development in Nigeria. These are the two major contenders in this particular election.
The problem on an election day in Nigeria has always been the problem of the over-desperate. I won't say desperate. Every politician is desperate when it comes to electoral contest. When it comes to contesting election, looking for votes. Fayemi is desperate. Professor Olusola Leka is desperate. Other candidates are desperate, but not on the day like this. It has always been about the politicians. The politicians are always the problem on a day like this, because many of these people we are talking about, Eleka, Fayemi, Segwadewale, Ago, might not even have the chance to be out there today. After casting their votes, the law says they should go back to their houses.
Okay.
But it is their agents, their foot soldiers, who would always want to act on their behalf.
Okay, Kayode.
And make sure that the electoral process becomes problematic and troublesome.
We have a very long time to analyze the issues on the program this morning. Let me allow Barrister Okena to also give his own opinion. What's your expectation in this particular election? You had our correspondent there, even saying he also met a combined team of DSS and the Nigerian Army troops in Ekiti. What's your take?
Moderately represented.
Okay, well, that's coming from Kayode. What's your expectation in this particular election?
Good morning once again, Nigerians. Good morning, all Ekiti people, peace-loving people of Ekiti. It is your market day. Market day in the sense that it is your day to shop. And what you are shopping for could be determined by how hungry you are and what you are hungry about. Are you hungry for stomach infrastructure, what you can have for now? Or are you hungry for something that can last the test of time?
The lifetime of your children.
Yes, yeah. So that you judge each party, because now it's not about candidates, it's about party, because all of the candidates are coming on the heels of a particular political party. So you judge the parties from their antecedents. It's so unfortunate that Ekiti hasn't had a succession from one party to the same party. This is the first time it will be happening. Whether PDP will have a successor in PDP PDP predecessor, or whether APC will succeed PDP as
another political party. We have the SDP there and other parties, the Labour Party.
Staging the whole event and then breaking the jinx. So Ekiti people, it is your day, it's your call. It's your time to cast.
To buy what you want.
To buy what you
want. For your state.
Sure.
For the now and future.
For the now and future. It's not about who would give you 4,000 as been alleged on social media, or who would do this, or who influenced you before now. Like my brother said, this is a D-Day. Whatever could have happened before now doesn't really matter as to at that moment you are face to face with your ballot paper.
Of course. With the reality.
The only person that is there with you at the ballot paper is the Holy Spirit or
your conscience.
And your conscience.
Yeah.
But whatever has happened before then probably could have happened because of that is the trend in Nigerian politics.
Yeah.
Okay.
The aspiration factor.
What do you make of this initiative from INEC? We saw it play in Edo, in Anambra, where accreditation and voting are holding simultaneously at all units and polling points. What do you make of this in developments in electoral process?
That should be a development that should be welcomed. You know what? Because ordinarily, if it's an automated process, let me use withdrawal of cash from ATM, for example. You don't accredit yourself and authenticate your ID with your 4-pin number and then withdraw and then go back again to say, okay, now I want to
collect cash.
No,
you won't meet it there.
You won't meet it there. What you do is drop in your card, the system recognizes and prompts up your name,
and you wait. For your money.
It will ask you for your PIN. That PIN is your ID. Once it recognizes it, and one thing about automation is that it doesn't want to know whether that card was stolen and then had the access to it. So, but this time around, it is not automated. So the accreditation point standing side by side with the voting point is good, so that you don't have the time to go back. You know what it means to queue up from morning till afternoon. Nigeria has been subjected to some level of sacrifice just to vote, cast their votes in this country. Starting from what has preceded the election, you see as if the state was under siege. At a point, some people were not allowed to go to market, and some people were not allowed to go to work, and all those. Then on the election day itself, sometimes the press will define it as highly militarized. And out of fear, some people may not. And at the end of the day, people it will be reported that there was voter apathy. Sometimes people just decide to stay in the comfort of their homes. After all, if I don't vote, there's no punishment for me, except that you live in the regret that if you had voted, that one vote would have counted. So it is a good thing that INEC has, upped their game. Do your accreditation on one end of the polling station, and then at the other end of the polling station, you have your votes cast, so that nothing else will keep you hanging. Because if you allow that space, some people will be fomenting trouble.